Hey guys, welcome back. Um, so this is the second video, which is kind of like my part two of the day today. I wanted to discuss something because I've been getting questions about this, and I wanted to kind of answer some of your questions. Okay, what kind of exercises are best to really strengthen the knees? Now, as we all know, the knees are a certain area of the body that requires a lot of maintenance. Okay, the knee complex obviously is a very complex muscle group, obviously, with a lot of ligaments involved, okay, a lot of soft tissue, and is easily, with impact, can be really affected in a major way. So when people were coming out of recovery, obviously doing physical therapy and things like that, a lot of people aren't sure about what exercises to do when they come into the gym. So I'm going to show you some exercises that are very beneficial for you to do in the comfort of your own home. You don't even have to do this in the gym. Okay, so let's get straight to it. So we're going to stretch out a little bit first. It's always important to stretch certain muscles to get the knees nice and loose. Okay, so what we're going to do now first, we're going to do a lying hamstring stretch. Okay, so two different variations of this. Okay, so hope you guys benefit from this video. What we're going to do is we're going to just come up. Okay, just kind of pull your leg back. Okay, do the best you can. If you feel a little bit of limited flexibility here, you're more than welcome to just bring your quads back a little bit more. Okay, it'll allow you a little bit less tension on the back part of your knee, and you can just push more from the muscle. If not, try to bring it back. Really feel that stretch in the knee. Okay, and hold it there for about 10 seconds. Okay, breathe normally, and then just release. Now we're going to do the same thing on your side. So you want to grab your calves here. You're going to push back a little bit. Really feel that tension in the back part of your knee here. Hold that stretch. Just breathe normally. And then release. Nicely done. Okay, so we're going to do that one more time. So we're going to come back, same thing. Stretch it out. Hold that position as best you can. Good. And then release. Do that on the other leg. Switch sides. Bring it back a little bit. Feel that tension build up. Stretch out that knee, those quads, hamstrings, and release. All right, so we're going to do a variation of that now. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up. Okay, you're going to kind of reach up to your toes. You're going to kind of walk up and then walk back down. So it's another variation to really stretch out that leg and then walk back down. Okay, I'm going to do one more. Hold it for a couple seconds and then come back down. And do the same thing on the other side. Come up. Try to come up as high as you can. And then come back down. And kind of use your hands as if you're walking up on a tower or something like that, trying to climb. Okay? Come up tall. Hold it. Come back down. Got one more. So, and come back down. Beautiful. Okay, so we're going to switch it over. So now we're going to do just a little bent over stretch. Okay, and this one right here is just in the standing position. Okay, so pretty straightforward. What we're going to be doing basically is just coming down. Okay, they come down all the way to the ground. Okay, stretch out, hold that position. Okay, I like to just kind of pulse a little bit back and forth. I really feel the stretch in the back part of those quads, those glutes. Sorry, yeah, the hamstrings and glutes, and then you just come down and just kind of pulse back and forth. And then come back up nice and slow to the top, full anatomical position. So you're going to come back down again for one more. Stretch all the way down. Try to bring your hands down as far as you can. It's a good exercise too, guys, to really increase flexibility. So you want to be able to have strong range of motion in your joints, especially your hips and your knees in this case. So we're going to make sure to do these exercises before you start doing the contractions so you can really loosen up. Get those muscles nice and loose, the ligaments, all of it. Come up tall, nice and slow. Back out to anatomical position. Alrighty. Alright, so the last one we're going to do is just a front and back swing. So this one right here is a dynamic stretch. So we're just going to come forward and kind of come back. Okay, just kind of loosen up the joints a little bit. Okay, now this one requires a little bit of stability, so do the best you can. If you need to bring your foot down at some point, it's fine. Okay, you have to really engage your core on this one and keep your leg and your glutes on the right side nice and secure so you can swing back and forth without having to tip over. Nice and easy. Okay, so we're going to switch sides, do the same thing the other side. Bend the knee forward, extend back. Forward and then extend back. Okay, just control that pace. Nice and easy breathing. It's a really good one too to loosen up the hips, loosen up the knee joint a little bit. Okay, get the muscles working. Okay? Alrighty. Okay, so let's get straight in. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you some exercises that are very particular, very specific to strengthen the knees. Okay, again, for those of you who really need some knee strengthening, obviously we all know it's a very, very complex area. A lot of people tend to injure it on a regular basis. Okay, it's one of the most common areas that are affected nowadays through some kind of functional standpoints, or some kind of outdoor activity or anything, or even at the gym. Okay, so we're going to start off. All you need, if you have one at home, is a little foam roll, guys. Something like this, for example, is a good one to start. Okay, what we're trying to do here is we're trying to come down. Okay, start off with a nice and easy exercise. We're going to place basically the foam roll right under our knees right here. Okay, and what we're trying to do is we're trying to keep our leg, or the other leg is basically going to be bent here. Okay, you're going to try to keep your hands back here to support you. And we're going to just come up slowly. What you want to do is you want to keep your feet completely pointed up to the sky. Okay, try not to point forward, just keep it straight up. Okay, you want to come up and then come back down. It's a wonderful little technique, a lot of physical therapy. This is used in physical therapy a lot too. Okay, it's just a nice little strengthening tool to really get the knees not only mobile, but obviously nice and strong throughout. Okay, so nice and easy reps, just come straight up and straight down. Okay. So we're going to do this for maybe about 10 to 15 reps, whatever you feel more comfortable doing. Okay, I'm going to go to 15. So I recommend anywhere between 10 to 15 on this one. Last one. You see a little bit shaking now. Okay, so you just want to come back. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So you're going to make sure they're always doing it on both sides. Okay, so you're going to, again, putting the foam roll right under your knees. Okay, right on the bottom of it. All right, I like to keep this foot completely bent. Okay, I'm just going to show you in the front view here, so it's a little bit easier. So we're going to come here, okay? I'm just going to come up. Again, keep your foot pointed up. Come up like this, and then come straight up. All right, again, it's a wonderful exercise, wonderful little technique to use. I definitely recommend it. Straight up, straight down. Okay? It's a good one to start off with. Again, we're not trying to do anything too extensive, but these exercises right here are wonderful to really get your knees back in shape. Okay, it's a nice and easy process just to keep you going. Okay, and when you do it, maybe a couple sets, about 10 to 15 reps should be pretty sufficient. You got a couple more, you feel that shaking after a while. And release, beautiful. All right, so that's one technique you can use. Again, all it requires is a foam roll to keep you going. Place it right underneath the knees and go into the rep range. Okay, we're going to switch it over now to the next one. Okay, so this one right here now, we're going to do a little glute bridge. Okay, so the glute bridge is basically another great way to strengthen, obviously, the core and your hip complex. But again, it's giving support to the knees. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to give as much support to the knees as we can. So the other joints and muscles come into play as well. So we're going to start off, again, just doing the regular glute bridge, which is coming up and then coming straight back down. Okay? Now, for those of you who want a little bit more of a challenge, two things you can do. You can add some weight on top of your abdominal wall if you want to challenge yourself a little bit more, or you can come in my opinion, is a little bit better than doing it with weight, is doing a single leg. Now, single leg can be challenging because, again, you're pushing out from that one leg, and so naturally your core works in a lot harder. Okay, but do the best you can. If you can do it, come straight up. Start off with the first leg, but I recommend anywhere between 10 to 15 reps. Come straight up. Okay, it's the same thing as you're doing a regular glute bridge, but you're doing it with a single leg. Okay, and then after that, you're just going to switch sides, do the same thing. Come straight back up with the other leg. Okay, it's a wonderful exercise to use. You're strengthening the backside of your core. Also, you're focusing on strengthening the lower part of your abdominal wall, including your hip complex. And again, giving that support to the knees that it needs. Alrighty? It's a wonderful little technique. Okay? Okay, so I'm going to show you another exercise that I like to incorporate too here. Is working a little bit of the glute bridge, but we're going to use a resistance band now. So this one right here is just another variation. So again, guys, for resistance bands, there's plenty of them out there. Okay, they're not very expensive. You get a pack of 3, for example, it's pretty it's not very expensive in this case. So this one right here that I have is a heavy. So I'm going to use this one here just to show you guys what we're going to be doing. Okay, so another variation again. The hip complex becomes very relevant when it comes to strengthening from the knees, because again, it's the joint that's closest to the knee complex. So you got to make sure to really try to use this area right here to strengthen this as well, and your backside of your core to give support to the knees as well. Hamstrings come in play as well in this one. All these muscles are important, including your quads, which are actually the most important one. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be showing you another variation of the glute bridge. So we're going to put this on. It's right over here. Okay. So again, you're going to put it right over your knees. Okay. And our goal here basically is to open up a little bit that position. So you want to keep your legs like nice and wide. Okay. You want to hold that with the legs completely stretched out. Now in this case, you're going to do a bridge, but you're going to do it with the legs completely abducted. Okay, so the reason why we're doing this is we're trying to target the lateral part of your quads, your glute muscles a little bit more, and also to strengthen, to give support to the knees. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing, about 15 reps, nice and slow on the way down. Keep those legs completely in a wide position, okay, and make sure to come all the way up. Nice and easy control. Got 3 more reps. Last one. And rest. Nicely done. Alrighty. So that's another great exercise right there, guys. Again, requires very little equipment. In this case, just a resistance band. Okay, you can easily get one of these. And again, these exercises right here are also specifically focused for strengthening of the hip complex and your back and your core. Okay, you need that support for the knees as much as possible, and the muscles surrounding it become really, really crucial to target. Okay, all right, so we got a couple more exercises to finish up. The next one I'm going to show you is, again, you're targeting your quads on this one as well. But what we're trying to do here basically is to strengthen the knees by using a little squat technique. Now this one right here, of course, if you're in the comfort of your own home, you're more than welcome to use a chair like this one. Okay, or you can use a bench, whatever you want to do. But again, these exercises right here are wonderful because what we're trying to do is we're trying to strengthen the hip complex and also strengthen the knee. So we're going to come down, sit down in the chair, and then come back up. Okay, so what I like to do is I like to just come down, make sure you work your hips first. Your knees basically stay planted until the hips start getting into a full bend. Then the knees come in to working together with the hips. Okay, so you want to be able to control that pace on the way down, try to slow down, and come back up. Now again, to start off with, guys, with this one right here, you're more than welcome to sit for about a couple seconds and come back up. It's very challenging for those of you who are still starting off to be able to come all the way down to a hover and then come straight back up. That takes a lot of strength from the legs and also your core to be able to do that. So slowly work your way down and then come back down. And if you get better at it, you want to progress, you're more than welcome to just come down, touch, and then come straight back up. All right, that's a little progression there for those of you who want to challenge yourselves a little bit more. Okay, but again, it's a wonderful exercise to do. Okay, it targets a lot of the hip complex and the core, and it also focuses on your quad muscles as well, giving that support to the knees, which is our major goal here. Okay, so another great exercise. And the last one we're going to show you is basically just an exercise on the ground. Now this one right here can be a little bit challenging for some of you. Okay, what I recommend is you start off with a foam roll like I showed you with this exercise. Okay, so this exercise with a foam roll is the best way to start. Okay, coming up and down. But if you feel you want to challenge yourself a little bit more, this one gets a little bit more intense. So you want to keep your leg extended here. Okay, what we're trying to do is we're trying to come up and then come back down. Now this one requires a little bit more strength from your hips, a little bit more strength from your glutes, from your hamstrings to be able to come in. But it's a wonderful exercise to strengthen the quads, okay, and to give the knees that support they need. Okay, so I recommend doing anywhere between 10 to 12 reps to start. Okay, and after that you can kind of just rest for about 30 seconds and then switch sides and do the other leg. Okay, but again, in this technique, it's a lot more challenging since you're keeping your leg fully extended. It requires a lot more stability from your core to be able to support this. Okay, so come straight up and then come back down. Okay. Alright guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, going into very specific here, trying to show you some exercises that are basically physical therapy exercises to allow you to do in the comfort of your own home, to be able to strengthen your knees to a point where you can use them on a functional standpoint, okay? It's very important to keep doing these exercises as you go on. Try to keep yourself from doing pretty much like maybe 3-4 days a week is what I recommend. It only takes about 40 minutes to do, and do maybe a couple sets of these exercises. Should be fine. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for others. Please feel free to ask me questions, guys. I'm more than welcome to come in there and show you some new videos, some new footage based on your questions. I'll try to answer them as best I can. Subscribe if you haven't. Stay tuned for the next one.